Hey everyone, Rachel here. I'm excited to be sharing with you on our Google On Air live broadcast. What I have chosen for my group's project is I'm going to be talking a little bit about the communication aspect. The concern that we were presented with was what happens when you are trying to hold a meeting for an organization where members are spread all across the United States, maybe even the world. How are you going to hold regular meetings? What are some tools and applications that you can use? And also, how can you create a dynamic conversation within that meeting instead of it just being maybe one person talking or a PowerPoint being shown? How can you truly make it feel like everyone is in the same location and able to collaborate? So a tool that I really want to be able to use, this Google Hangout, first of all, is a wonderful tool that you could use in order for people to collaborate all over the world. But one tool that I have seen effective, being an online teacher where our staff is spread across the entire United States, has been something called WebEx. And WebEx is a great meeting tool that we use for all of our staff meetings and faculty meetings. And I'm going to show that with you today. So I'm going to share my screen. And now I'm going to be showing you all what a WebEx looks like. All right, let me go back to WebEx. Sorry, here we go. So here is an example of the Cisco WebEx Meeting Center. This is where I meet students, and this is where our staff also holds meetings in order for us to collaborate effectively. The beautiful thing that I love about WebEx is a couple of the things that I'm going to be highlighting here. Number one, you can lock the room. So if you don't want certain people within the room, your room can remain locked. People have to automatically have a password in order to get into your room. So that is where it comes in handy when people are worried about maybe the convenient, or I should say the privacy aspect. Maybe they're talking over very important business aspects and they don't want anyone else to be able to hear it. You can lock that room so that if someone does have the URL, they still cannot get in. The second thing that is very easy, I think, and convenient is that there's 3 ways that you can call in so that you can hear the audio and be able to communicate. You can call in with a phone number that they give you. You can, excuse me, that's the call-in feature. You can have the WebEx basically call your phone by presenting your phone number, or you can use your computer here just like you see. You can, if you're using your computer, all you have to do right here is you can connect this way. You can share video, you can have it being video, or you can have it just being audio. Then a list of your participants comes up, and then there's a chat feature that is also nice because not everyone maybe wants to interrupt with a question. So you can be able to chat just to everyone that's in the entire audience, or you can have it go just to the host or the presenter, and then they can answer those questions maybe for a Q&A at the end. So I can see where that would be very effective in a meeting because you're allowed to wait until you have a okay time to answer those questions. Just like I'm doing right now, there's a screen share option. So if you're trying to go through a presentation or you want to do maybe a tutorial on something that you want your staff to see, you could use the screen share feature. So if we were working with Choose Website, that is one thing that we are trying to do is we are going based off of, sorry about this, based off of our Amazing Minnesota site. I can see WebEx being used so we could come up with more ideas of what to add to this Amazing Minnesota website. He's already done a wonderful job coming up with videos that he's included, but maybe we could collaborate within WebEx to say what are some other videos that we would like to present. Going back to WebEx, a couple of other things is you basically it's super easy. In order for everyone to have those regular meetings, you can have invite and remind. So you can send emails, you can have a phone call, you can even send a text message to the person. You'd have to have their phone number to remind them of the meeting. And then the nice thing about it is everyone has their own, I'm part of CTE, so that's why it says CTE department, Career and Technical Ed. And so there's toll-free numbers that people can use, and then every attendee has a code and a ID so that we know who is in the chat room. Lastly, the thing that I think is one of the biggest benefits for a business or an organization is, realistically, I don't know if you will get 100% participation at a time and day, because everyone's schedule around the entire world or nation is different. And so maybe someone just can't make the meeting, or maybe they forget, or there's some sort of technical issue. You can record the entire presentation. So a great example would be in my staff meetings. My boss, she records all of our faculty meetings, and then she has a site where we can go to have all of the records. They're archived on a site. So if there was something important and I had to leave earlier, I missed the meeting, you can record it and archive those sites, as well as take notes during this. Then you can save your notes and email it to yourself, so you have a running copy of what happened in that email or in that meeting, and you don't have to go back and forth between the two screens. So that's just a little example. I'm going to stop sharing my screen share right now. So those are just a couple of examples of why I feel WebEx is very beneficial for a communication piece within a business, especially for those that have multiple locations, or people maybe working remotely where they do need to come together maybe once a week, once a month, in order to help each other out. And so WebEx can be used, it's more of a business platform, so that you can share those PowerPoints, charts, graphs, like I said, record all of that information so that you know all of your employees do have the information at their fingertips. So WebEx, look into it for using it for any sort of organization or business.